Hello and welcome back to Breaking Bulletin. Do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest news and analysis. Let us dive into today's major headline. President Donald Trump on Tuesday downplayed concerns regarding the texting of sensitive military strike plans against Yemen's Houthis to a group chat that mistakenly included a journalist. Trump referred to the incident as the only glitch in 2 months of his administration, even as Democratic lawmakers heavily criticized the White House for what they deemed a reckless mishandling of national security information. Speaking with NBC News, Trump stated that the security lapse turned out not to be a serious one and reaffirmed his support for National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. According to an investigative report published by The Atlantic, Waltz had mistakenly included Jeffrey Goldberg, the magazine's editor-in-chief, in a chat that comprised 18 senior administration officials discussing details of the military operation. Trump defended Waltz, saying, "Michael Waltz has learned a lesson, and he is a good man." He also implied that an aide of Waltz was responsible for Goldberg being added to the chat, stating, "It was one of Michael's people on the phone. A staffer had his number on there." The use of Signal, an encrypted messaging app for discussing such sensitive matters, has sparked fierce backlash from Democratic lawmakers. They expressed outrage over the administration's insistence that no classified information was compromised. White House officials have struggled to explain why an application typically used for private communication was chosen for a discussion of military strike details. Waltz, speaking on Tuesday, admitted that he was unsure how Goldberg ended up in the chat. "This one in particular, I have never met, do not know, never communicated with," Waltz said. Later that evening, during an appearance on Fox News' The Ingraham Angle, Waltz acknowledged his role in initiating the message chain. He further stated that White House technical experts were investigating how Goldberg's contact may have been sucked in. "We made a mistake. We are moving forward," Waltz remarked, taking full responsibility for the incident. Trump, meanwhile, continued to attack both The Atlantic and Goldberg while offering mixed signals on whether his administration would change its approach to handling sensitive information. "We will not be using it very much in the future," Trump said regarding Signal. "That is one of the prices you pay when you are not sitting in the Situation Room with no phones on, which is always the best, frankly." Trump added, "If it was up to me, everybody would be sitting in a room together. The room would have solid lead walls and a lead ceiling and lead floor." Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, reportedly part of the Signal conversation, admitted during a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing that she was traveling overseas at the time of the chat. However, she refused to confirm whether she had used a personal or government-issued device, citing an ongoing review by the National Security Council. Both Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe, another participant in the Signal conversation, faced intense scrutiny from lawmakers over their roles in the incident. During the hearing, Senator John Ossoff, a Democrat from Georgia, confronted Ratcliffe. Director Ratcliffe, "This was a huge mistake, correct?" Ossoff asked. After a brief pause, Ratcliffe shook his head. "No," he responded. As Ossoff attempted a follow-up question, Ratcliffe attempted to interject, resulting in a heated exchange between the two. "This is an embarrassment," Ossoff declared. "This is utterly unprofessional. There has been no apology. There has been no recognition of the gravity of this error. The controversy surrounding the use of private messaging apps in government is not new." Trump had previously called for the criminal prosecution of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton over her use of a private email server for official correspondence during his 2016 campaign against her. Clinton, who was ultimately not charged after an FBI investigation, reacted to the Signal controversy on social media. "You have got to be kidding me," Clinton posted on X, alongside a screenshot of The Atlantic's article and an eyes emoji. Trump himself faced allegations of mishandling classified information at his Mar-a-Lago resort after his first term. Those charges, however, were later dismissed. Despite the uproar, top administration officials insisted that the Democratic backlash was exaggerated. Both Ratcliffe and Gabbard assured lawmakers that the texts regarding U.S. attack plans contained no classified information. However, The Atlantic's report suggested otherwise, noting that the messages included specific details about weapons, targets, and timing. Pressed on whether such information should have been classified, Gabbard was evasive. "I defer to the Secretary of Defense, the National Security Council, on that question," she said. Ratcliffe similarly pointed to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth as the authority on classification. When questioned while visiting Hawaii, Hegseth offered a curt response. "Nobody is texting war plans, and that is all I have to say about that," he said, repeating his previous statement. Democrats strongly pushed back against the administration's reassurances. Senator Mark Warner of Virginia emphasized that the security lapse could have endangered American troops. If this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost. If the Houthis had this information, they could have repositioned their defensive systems, Warner said. Waltz, in his Fox News appearance, maintained that although the messages contained only unclassified information, he still preferred that internal deliberations remain confidential. "I certainly want our deliberations to stay confidential," Waltz stated. In response to concerns raised by Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, both Gabbard and Ratcliffe agreed to participate in an audit of the administration's use of Signal for official communication. Wyden insisted that an investigation was necessary. "I am of the view that there ought to be resignations," Wyden asserted. FBI Director Kash Patel, who also appeared before the committee, acknowledged that he had only recently been briefed on the Signal issue. He declined to confirm whether the FBI had launched an investigation, though Senator Warner demanded an update by the end of the day. The White House, in an official statement, dismissed the controversy as a coordinated effort to distract from the successful actions taken by President Trump and his administration to make America's enemies pay and keep Americans safe. Signal is a messaging app known for its end-to-end encryption, which prevents third parties from accessing messages or calls. Its encryption protocol, which is open source, is also used by WhatsApp, a Meta-owned messaging service. Government officials have previously relied on Signal for scheduling sensitive meetings. Independent Senator Angus King expressed disbelief over Ratcliffe and Gabbard's assertion that no classified information was shared. "It is hard for me to believe that targets and timing and weapons would not have been classified," King said. What are your thoughts on this controversy? Drop your comments below and let us know how you feel about government officials using private messaging apps for sensitive discussions. Do not forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel to stay informed. Thanks for watching Breaking Bulletin, and we will see you next time.